In this video, I'm going to share with you how I master my monkey mind to maintain my high energy vibration. Hello everyone! If this is your first time visiting my channel, I want to welcome you. My name is Wei-Jen and I help people to attract their desired lifestyle and love by expanding awareness, self-love, and the energy vibration. So lately, I experienced this incident, and then I want to share with you guys how I went from monkey mind to maintain my energy vibration. So probably some of you have experienced this, sometimes, especially when holiday comes. That is, you order something online and you didn't receive the delivery, and yet at the same time, um, the carrier, could be UPS or USPS, indicated you, notified you that your package has been delivered. And that is exactly what happened with me the last couple weeks. I ordered two different products from completely two different companies, and both of them should delivered at the same day. That at least is what I was told through both companies through an email. And so I went check and I found out that it didn't arrive, both of them. So I have this, my first reaction instead of respond, that is so autopilot that didn't take me any seconds to react, is that I started to feel this anxiety, this anxious and suspicion and wonder and curiosity also, but very noticeable that I could notice and feel that I started to feel anxious and worried and even concerned. And so from that is a starting point. From there, it's a feeling. It's a feeling that just came to me so quickly that that I couldn't even have any second to catch that, from, oh, nothing happened to there is an anxiety or anxious or concern, right? And the plus, when I go look, it was already, Friday evening. So it wasn't a business hour for me to contact to the company who I order the products from them. And so from there, I, obviously only thing that I could do is that I could wait. But just while I was waiting, I noticed myself that I made so many assumptions. I even went back to a mailbox, to a door porch, and to even to my neighbors, their porch, in front of their door, to check if there could be any packages or that left in a wrong neighbor, because that happened to me before, that my neighbors, their package ended up on my door porch. And so I went to check with neighbor and didn't find anything. So really there wasn't anything else for me that I could do. Well, the other thing that I did was that I quickly emailed to companies, their customer service, and then just told them that, I was told that the package was delivered, but I didn't find anything. So that was another thing that I could do. But it's just starting from there. I noticed that my mood started to become from anxious, and then my brain started to make a lot of assumptions, because while I was waiting, and then emailed to the customer service, I also thought about, could that be my neighbor stole my package, or could that be, we have a thief, started to like steal the package, because that also could happen. Could that be, my husband, stole my package because he wanted me, because he's not happy with me, for XYZ reasons, right? It could be anything. And so it's just, at that time I noticed that this monkey mind started to create, I can't even count how many assumptions and scenarios and drama that started to create it. And I was really bought by those, some of the scenarios on and off. um, I also have a lot of like autopilot thoughts, it must be XYZ things, that causes, um, the package wasn't delivered. It must be the mailman, didn't do their good job, and then how could they make this mistake? It's a simple mistake if they made that mistake, right? And then so those monkey thoughts, those monkey mind create those scenarios and assumptions, right? None of them was true so far. That led me back to this feeling besides, anxious, but also even more because you can see this rabbit hole goes on and on and on. And then so that, those thoughts, those assumptions led me to feeling even unsafe and insecure. So that is more than just, in the beginning when I just started to feel concerned, worried, and anxious. I started to feel unsafe and insecure. And guess what? Those feelings led me back to this monkey mind creates even more thoughts. That is, none of them is that is true. So I have those thoughts after feeling unsafe and insecure. Guess what? I started to think about maybe I should go look on Amazon, to find out if there is any like camera, spy camera that I can get that is affordable and then that can also allow me to put to install outdoor outside of our door, on the porch, door porch or deck. Some people they call that. So I literally went on Amazon and started to look for some like, cameras that is affordable and easy to use. And as you can see, there's so many options, about the camera and I just wonder, when I was looking those like options, I started to think, is this necessary or is it just like, me being so insecure? So I had those conflicts, those dilemmas between, different thoughts. Is it necessary to spend this much of money to just get a camera? And then after I get camera, how would I feel? Would that really make me truly feel safe? Or this is just a temporary band-aid, to soothe my insecurity, right? And do I really want to spend that money, invest that money, to soothe my temporary insecurity, right? And then how safe, how secure, and how safe will I feel even if I got a camera, right? So those are the questions that I started to debating as I was looking online these camera things, right? But then I had to pause because at some point I noticed myself that my mind started to getting exhausted and even more frustrated than before. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to step back and I'm going to take a break, have a good night's sleep. And then the next day in the morning, I'm going to get up early morning, started fresh, and then started with meditation because this is not going to resolve, overnight since I haven't heard anything from either one of those companies who I emailed them about, the package didn't arrive, right? I haven't heard anything from them yet. So, there's really nothing else I could do. And so let me just, go take care of myself. So the next day I woke up and then I started, meditate and then I woke up really early. I remember I woke up at 5:30. That gave me plenty time to take my time to do my morning rituals. And so during the meditation, I revisit, the scenario, how I went from being so anxious and a little bit even concerned and the worry to, taking the action to go to Amazon and then search for the camera and feeling frustrated and exhausted and insecure in the end, right? And then between these two places, there are so many monkey minds, monkey thoughts falling into this space. And when I was meditating, revisiting this process, this period of, letting the monkey mind to master me, to control me, right? To get the best of me, to take my serenity away, right? I become much calmer as I was meditating. The longer I was meditating, I noticed that my awareness and my judgment, my non-judgmental mindset and an attitude and energy started to come out again. And so, yes, the fact is that I haven't heard anybody from for my request from these two companies. And yes, there wasn't anything I could do because it's night and it's weekend. So I couldn't really talk to anybody. But what I could do through my meditation and my awareness is knowing that I did what I could do, which is reach out through email to those companies, which is wait. Sometimes waiting or, not taking any actions or not giving any response to other people, their request is an action. If you think of, if you do yoga in the last posture, when we do, dead body position, right? We're doing it on a surface level where it looks like that we're not doing anything, but actually energetically, we're doing something. We're making the effort. We're doing our work. We're focusing on that energy by not being so distracted and by being present. Do you know how much effort and energy we need to take just to simply being present? It takes quite some effort. If I don't take the effort to be present, then my mind can easily slip away to daydream or to think about my past, to think about the issues that I had from yesterday, to think about, someone pissed me off a few months ago or a few weeks ago, to think about my childhood or to think about my future. What do I want, right? So it takes effort to being present. That is my point. So that is something that I could do during the meditation process while thinking about, after I thought about, I revisit, oh, my monkey mind, my monkey mind process, how that went and whether or not it was serving me. Obviously, it didn't serve me when I let my monkey mind to control the whole scenario, right? Now, the second thing that I got out of the meditation is that through meditation, not only that I raised my awareness, my consciousness, and then also my non-judgmental mindset, right? I was able to easily and quickly to simplify things, right? So think about it. I am the one who didn't receive the package, and I am the one who purchased those products, right? Now, you as an audience, you as an observer, right? If you look at my scenario, to you, you probably will think, she purchased something and then she didn't get it. Simple as that, right? Because you can see this as a story or as a play, right? The story is a girl purchased the product and she was told by email that she was supposed to receive this product by the end of Friday. And turns out she didn't. That is the fact. That is exactly what happened, right? So my point is that if we use the non-judgmental and then also from the third person's perspective or lenses to look at this incident, right? It all of a sudden takes out a lot of personal judgment, personal opinion, and even though feelings, right? And so that's what I did, during my meditation process. Now, the other thing that I also could control and I could do is to use this as an opportunity, take it and then look at this incident as an opportunity to exercise my patience. I think, I sometimes forget about, being patient and how patient can be so crucial and important in my life. Especially, I used to live in a very busy big cities, major cities like New York cities and San Francisco's. I was just like, many people trying to chase, everything needs to be fast and then needs to have an outcome quickly, right? But I forgot, sometimes patience is very important. If I want to receive what I request, right? So patience is very important. Now, the other thing that I was able to get out of this meditation, this incident, and the practice is to come up with acceptance. Accept this is, the scenario is what it is. And that also, I have to include accepting my monkey mind, my melodrama. My ego is talking to me, right? And I'm not going to discount those negative thoughts and feelings because there's a reason they came to me to knock my door. And I gave this meaning as that they came to me to protect me. They came to me to protect me and asking me to be aware, to be alert. Okay, so I have to accept that this is part of me. I'm just like every other human being, that I have my own monkey mind, right? I'm not going to do, one time meditation and, think myself or expect myself to be a Mother Teresa or a Zen or a monk, right? I think the purpose of the meditation is to know thyself, meaning that know the deepest self and be able to accept and have compassion and have a better understanding of ourselves. Okay. Now, the other thing that I want to share with you is that after I did all this process with the meditation, right? The two things that I also came out in the end. One is that I didn't forget to laugh at myself, how funny I was, how silly I was, thinking back about those melodramas that my monkey mind created. Um, because I think meditation or transformation journey, right, doesn't always have to be so serious. It can be sincere, yet at the same time it can also be fun as well. And that is another thing that I play with my inner child, is that I I am on my spiritual awakening journey, and I take my inner child with me to start this spiritual awakening journey, right? And we get to have some laughs sometimes together. So that is something that I play with my inner child. I nourish this relationship between me and my inner child, between me and my spirit, right? It doesn't always have to be so serious, right? And that's also the way that how I sustained my journey. I can walk longer. I can sustain my spirit with me and my inner child with me, this relationship. Now, the last thing that I came out with is that I also use this practice with this incident to practice my relationship with my wisdom, or some people they call it higher power, or a power greater than ourselves, or universe. whatever you want to call, but I have so many different names for that too. So I use this as an opportunity to practice my relationship with my higher power, because um, before I started my spiritual awakening journey, and for some of you didn't watch my previous video, I remember in my previous video, I talk about, I'm a recovered codependent, and I grew up in a dysfunctional alcoholic family. And so I didn't really have a role model to show me or demonstrate to me um, how to develop a relationship with spirit or wisdom, because there is an energy is there is a quantum field. And I was completely in the opposite, right? Instead of seeing this, learning this, I was in a very dysfunctional alcoholic family with my parents. So it was heavy enough for me to deal with the external reality as a child. But now, since I started my spiritual awakening journey, right, I get to open my eyes and then learn, listen, see, hear, feel this invisible relationship between me and my wisdom or my highest self, right? And then I think through this practice, to be even more specific, I get to practice intimacy and trust with my highest self. Especially for me, I came from dysfunctional, alcoholic familyhood. Trust and intimacy was very challenge for me to lean in, because in that kind of environment as a child, I became so good at hustling. I became so good at sweep everything under the rug and then not talk about intimacy, not talk about the elephant in the room, not trusting anybody in the household, right? So those two things, because of this incident, because of the practice that I chose to exercise, it gave me a chance to exercise my relationship with my higher self, for intimacy, for trust. Because when I am able to maintain and then to be able to allow myself, invite myself to trust my highest self, I get to trust myself even more. I get to learn and then know how to be intimate with myself. And so don't just think that, oh, I'm just, the whole video started, me talking about the package, didn't deliver, and then how I started this, all melodrama with my monkey mind, right? And then in the end, actually, there's nothing so serious, or so unfortunate happened, right? No, that's not the message that I want to share with you guys here. My message is that when I have this awareness to master my monkey mind, even though starting with a little tiny little bit practice with this package didn't deliver, right? It's going to prepare me for future, when there is a bigger matters happen, right? Then I will have a better muscle, a better ability to handle bigger things for the future. And this is a lifetime journey, a lifetime practice. If I didn't practice right now, it's going to come to me in the future in a different format, perhaps. So that is something that I want to share with you guys. And I hope you find this video, my story, is insightful and helpful to you. If you do, feel free to like my video and even share, subscribe, or leave the comment. I would love to engage with you guys. Again, here I want to thank you so much for spending your time and energy to watch my video. I feel so grateful and appreciate you. And I wish you have a fabulous day. Namaste.